More shocking reports are starting to emerge about Britney Spears' health, and according to one of them, Britney's now hooked on meth and close to dying.
Britney Spears has spoken out against TMZ after they aired an unauthorized documentary about her life since her conservatorship ended in 2021. Britney Spears' The Price of Freedom aired on Fox earlier this week, making claims about her mental health, marriage, and physical safety. Spears took to Instagram, confirming that she knows none of the people behind the documentary, therefore giving them no authority to speak about her life. Quote, "The media has always been cruel to me, and most people probably wouldn't even comment on it, but I do think some people might believe this, and I care," the post reads. She acknowledged the interest people have in hearing her story and suggested sharing it through a book, but said it would likely take a year or longer for her to put it out herself. The day before Spears' announcement, her husband Sam Asghari also took to Instagram, defending his wife and condemning the project.
"I found it absolutely disgusting for the people that were in her life at the time when she didn't have a voice. They went and told her story like it was theirs."
Fans of Spears have also joined in on criticizing TMZ, accusing the film of exploitation and gaslighting.
Well, welcome back, my free thinkers, for Wicked Wednesday segment. And this is about as wicked as it gets, I think, don't you? TMZ definitely exploited her. I had the chance to watch The Price of Freedom. And stay tuned as I tell you exactly where it's being shown for free.
The story that was then published was essentially by the Daily Mail and the UK Sun was that she was on drugs and not just any soft drugs. We're talking crystal meth.
Now, this is crazy. And I don't know if this is true, but I'm worried for Britney, and that's why I made this video. I've always been a big fan of Britney, and I'm sure you are too. And some of you, if not, just interested in this story, and I wanted to cover it because Britney has been under conservatorship until 2021, and now TMZ has taken upon themselves to do this unauthorized documentary where they don't use any of her words. They're using words from other sources. So it's very interesting. So I definitely want you to stay tuned to see if you want to check this out for yourself and where you can for free. If you like content like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.
And I try to explain to him, like, look, that's maybe just another way that she tries to express herself, but it doesn't take away from the fact that what it does to them, it's tough.
And this is why fans are now speculating that Kevin and the media are working together to paint Britney as an addict. So in case something happens to her, they can say she overdosed. So what's really going on here? Are Kevin Federline and the media trying to set up Britney again?
Wow, now that's quite a theory if I do say so myself. It seems like he could be working for them because they're not getting any money, not like how they were before when she was under conservatorship. And he seemed to be pretty fine with that and her mental state at that time. She's not taking meth, if I can give my own personal opinion. I think it's the lithium that she's on and has been on for so long, which is an antidepressant, stronger than Prozac. It does stuff to your brain. It changes your chemical imbalance. And they're playing on that instead of being more sympathetic and empathetic to her mental issues that she's had, as most celebrities do, dealing with the public and dealing with the work and the stress. It's very, very stressful, and people end up having depression and anxiety and turning to drugs. As a bonus, I have to do a deep dive on this. I'm going to be following this story for you guys and keeping you updated on this because this is getting juicier and more intense, unfortunately, by the moment and minute. There's supposed to be an issue where I'm going to be tuning in and seeing exactly what happens with the moving to Hawaii, as Kevin Federline, you'll see, wants to take the children to Hawaii. Tune in for that.
The Daily Mail recently published a shocking report claiming that members of Britney Spears' family, including her ex-husband Kevin Federline, have confirmed that Britney is hooked on crystal meth. The article quoted Kevin, who said, "I fear she's on meth. I've been praying someone would make it public and that she wakes up. It's terrifying. She is the mother of my boys." According to the article, Britney's teenage sons, Preston and Jaden, are refusing to meet their mom after reportedly seeing drugs being delivered to her house. "Every time the telephone rings, I fear that there will be devastating news," Kevin said. "I don't want the boys to wake up one morning and find their mother has taken an overdose." The author of the article also claimed that Britney's father, Jamie, admitted that he worries Britney will meet the same fate as English singer Amy Winehouse, who died at the age of 27 from accidental alcohol poisoning. But see, there's something strange about this article, and though the author is trying to make it seem like she's concerned for Britney's well-being, it actually sounds like she's preparing the groundwork for some bad news. So who's the author of this article, and did Kevin Federline and Jamie Spears really tell her that Britney's on meth? Well, here's where the story gets even more bizarre. The Daily Mail article was written by Daphne Barak, a controversial celebrity journalist who's been slandering Britney in the media for years. This is why fans are now calling BS on the story about Britney being on meth, and they're speculating that Daphne is working for Britney's handlers, who are trying to paint Britney as an addict in case something happens to her.
And this is where I gotta dive a little deep right here, y'all. My free thinkers, really get your critical minds thinking right now, because this lady has been bashing her back in the Blackout days, which is still one of my favorite albums from Britney Spears. And take a look at this.
Get this. After the Daily Mail published Daphne's article about Britney being hooked on meth and claimed that Kevin and Jamie are worried she might OD, Kevin publicly fired back at Daphne and accused her of lying. In a statement to TMZ, Kevin slammed Daphne's report, saying it was full of fabricated lies. Kevin said that the family is saddened that Daphne decided to publish the heartache the family has endured, along with the trauma of the minor children. He also went on to say that his family allowed Daphne and her film crew in their home because they trusted them. However, according to Kevin, that trust was lost, and they severed ties with Daphne back in March for many reasons that he didn't want to mention.
Interesting. So is he now backpedaling from this story once he saw all the publicity it got and the backlash it got, or that what he's getting back? It's interesting. Was he paid for the interview? Who knows? But this is all now speculation as far as the meth is concerned. But this is the narrative they're trying to push on to Britney. And I don't believe it's true. As I said, it's more so the lithium that she's been on. And watch this.
While Britney's fans are calling BS on all this, and many of them are convinced that Kevin, Daphne, and Jamie Spears are all working together behind the scenes to paint Britney as an unstable addict, just like they did back in 2007 before putting her under conservatorship. Also, the fact that Kevin issued a statement about Daphne to TMZ speaks volumes, because TMZ was previously accused of being in cahoots with Britney's family and her management team, who orchestrated her conservatorship. Basically, it looks like all these people are working together to stop Britney from speaking out, and the fact that they're now claiming she's addicted to meth is extremely concerning, because it really sounds like they're preparing the public for some bad news. By the way, the report about Britney being on meth came just weeks after news broke that Kevin is planning to relocate his family and Britney's sons to Hawaii. And it sounds like all these stories are being pushed because Kevin's scared his gravy train will dry up. Back in May, reports emerged that Kevin was threatening to take legal action against Britney after she ignored his request to sign an agreement for her sons to move to Hawaii. Kevin, who has sole custody of his and Britney's sons, revealed that he's planning to move from LA to Hawaii with the kids in August. However, he needs Britney's written approval to relocate the kids, who are still minors. Kevin's lawyer, Mark Vincent Kaplan, told TMZ at the time that he asked Britney's lawyer, Matthew Rosengart, several times to send him a letter or email stating that Britney approves the move. However, his request was ignored. According to Kaplan, Kevin plans to make the move on August 1st with his wife Victoria and the kids, and he needs Britney's approval ASAP because he already got a job offer to work at a sports department of a local university in Hawaii. Kaplan also told TMZ that if Britney doesn't respond to Kevin, he'll take legal action.
Wow, so there you go. It seems like that was the plan from the get-go, was to lay down this groundwork of her being unfit and her being on meth and all these other things compounded and on top of her mental issues and her emotional issues. And it's so sad how she's been taking advantage of, and how people make fun of her on Instagram and other social media sites instead of really taking the time to empathize and understand her. She is using that as an outlet. That's her way of still getting that external validation, since she's not touring and she's not doing shows and she's not recording. But that's another thing. I think she is still able to have a comeback. And I look and pray that she will come back one day.
Because he was awfully quiet back when her conservatorship was in full force and he was getting regular checks. Just say you're mad your child support is getting cut off and be done with it, one fan said. And another person added, you shouldn't have been doing interviews regarding Britney Spears in the first place. Clout chaser. Now, as for the meth rumors, even if they're not true, fans are still very concerned for Britney's well-being because there's been a lot of speculation that she's being medicated against her will to keep her from speaking out on the conservatorship. Many fans are also worried that all these recent rumors about Britney being on drugs are all part of an evil plan to lay the groundwork in case something bad happens to Britney.
Could this be some evil, sinister plot? Who knows? And the medication that that they're claiming that she was under or put under without her consent is the lithium. That's what they've been put on. Maybe other ones, other mood stabilizers as well, Prozac. But I know for sure that from a reliable source that it's the lithium that she's been on. And it's unfortunate. I'm worried about her, like other stars, King of Pop, Prince. They say that they have these drug issues or they're taking drugs. And then, like that, oh, they had an overdose. And it's an easy cleanup. And I always call foul play. So take a listen to some more of what Britney fans have to say and see if you agree.
And commented, her family is putting that drug narrative out so that if she passes away randomly, they can say, oh, she died of an overdose, case closed, no autopsy needed. That way, they can cover up the fact that they murdered her. I'm really worried about Brit. I really hope she is okay. And another fan agreed, saying, I just commented the same thing. It's the first thought that popped up in my head, because we all know she would be worth more dead than alive. And since they get no money from her now, they're going crazy and will do anything.
I, too, in closing thoughts, am very worried about Britney again. That's why I made this video. I've been a fan of her, and I basically kind of grew up with her, listening to her, and I'm worried, and I hope you guys all are too. And it's important to get the word out and get the awareness out about mental illness and mental health, because it's serious. A lot of us are dealing with it. And as you see in those videos, she's isolated and she's by herself. No one's around her, and that's the worst state to be in when you have mental illness. But I pray and I hope that she gets better, and I hope we do see a comeback. She's due for one. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I'm going to continue to see if the children get moved to Hawaii and continue to update you on this story with Britney, as well as she does have a memoir coming out. I left a link in the description of where you can see The Price of Freedom, the unauthorized version of what I believe is an exploited and gaslighting documentary by TMZ. And you can judge for yourself. And you can see that for free. I left a description in that. So again, be well, be safe, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for Therapy Thursdays.